Hey guys, welcome into our Practice Virtual platform and happy to go through this for you. And remember, you're going to be keeping this video, so anytime you need to refer back to it, please do. And I think you'll find as I go through this video, everything is very user-friendly. You can pretty much self-teach yourself. And again, really what we charge for in this platform is our content. All the other goodies I'm going to be going through are really there, and we don't charge for them. We highly suggest you use all of them. Because the more of them you use and the more it becomes your way of life at your organization, the better the training will be implemented. I see it time and time again. There's a lot of reasons for that. So we're going to come back to this home page here towards the end. Right now we're going to go into the Resource Center, okay? The Resource Center, when you have our entire Practice Virtual platform, all of these, except for the continuing education, is open, all right? Now, if you sign up for our ongoing webinar sessions, then this is opened up because the ongoing webinar sessions, this is where it's housed, okay? So when you get this, you're also are able to see a lot of other really cool things that are in there as well, okay? So right here, the curriculum. The curriculum right now, when you click it, is going to be empty, all right? The curriculum allows you to do your own stuff as well as our stuff. The curriculum is kind of your way of life. Anything that goes in your curriculum from a training perspective is an absolute necessity for your employees to do. That's the way you want things done, okay? Now, this will allow you to build out your own. And the way you do that is click Add a New Course, and let's say it's called Clinical Tray Setup. Okay? You're gonna hit Save. Now you're gonna go to Clinical Tray Setup, and you're gonna add a new topic, all right? That topic could be Invisalign, as an example. All right, now you're going to go to Invisalign and you're going to add a new lesson. This allows you to put in maybe a video, maybe a document, maybe an image of somebody setting up your Invisalign tray, your Invisalign attachments maybe. I'm doing these as just an example. The point is you can build out your own curriculum in here. This allows you very easily done. You can do it right from your phone. You just upload a file, upload the video, type some content. This image right here allows you, this button allows you to insert an image. Very simple, very easy. And then you just click Save, okay? And once you click Save, it's all saved and you're good to go, okay? Let me go back up here and delete this out. This is how you would delete a chapter. X, confirm, and you're done. It's very easy. Now, where you guys are going to have interest is over in our lessons library. The lessons library is where we virtually upload content into your Practice Virtual platform. We also do that in the continuing ed, and I am going to open this here momentarily. But again, this continuing ed is only unlocked when you have our ongoing webinar sessions. So the lessons library here, let's click in it. This is where we house all of our training content. The training content is being taken out of here. New stuff is being put in. We're constantly updating this thing consistently over the course of time. All right, now in here, you're going to find, as an example, our Employee Performance Indicator course, our Receptionist course, Reducing Cancellations and No-Shows, Scheduling Efficiency Program, VIP New Patient Experience, Clinical Training, Financial Presentation Training, a lot of really good stuff, Invisalign Growth Program, a lot of stuff. Now, let's go to the Receptionist course as an example, all right? We want you to watch this in the lessons library, all right? Let's say you're watching this, you go through the course and you're like, man, this is amazing. This is our way of life. Moving forward, this is how all of our receptionists are going to be on the phone, okay? All you do is go right to this Add Curriculum button, and it's literally this easy. You're going to add it. You're going to save. Lessons have been added to the curriculum. All right, let me show you how this works. Let's go back to the curriculum that didn't have anything in it before, and now you see the Receptionist course, all right? Now, what that means, again, to your employees is, look, this is the exact way we want you to do things, whether it be clinically or commercially. This is our way of life, all right? You just watch them management in the lessons library, and as they become your way of life, you just simply move them into your curriculum. Go back over to the lessons library. All right, our clear aligner growth program, our Invisalign growth program, let's add that to the curriculum. It's going to take just a second to load, a lot of videos in there, and we're good. Let's come back over to the curriculum, and boom, you got our Invisalign growth program, clear growth program, all right? Now I'm going to take these back out of here. I'm going to let you guys do that and choose which ones to go in. We have a particular order all mapped out in the lessons library, but you get to go in your order, and that's the beauty of it being your business. All right, now we go over to the continuing education here. What the continuing education does, this used to be called our Dr. Diamond Club series. It's not anymore, and it's just a different division of New Patient Group. It's a continuing education division, and in here we do different off-the-wall stuff, life coaching, business coaching, book recommendations, guest speakers. If we speak around the country and it's videoed, we put that in here. A lot of really neat things that don't necessarily pertain to the practice environment, but at the same time they do because it's a business. It's basically getting your people to have an entrepreneur mindset and really think differently than other people. That's why I have this CEO Innovation Series, and all of this is unlocked whenever you're part of the ongoing webinar session, all right? And that's where those ongoing webinar trainings are also going to be loaded into the continuing ed virtually, so you can go back and you can watch them train new employees that come on board. But the point of all this, the receptionist course, the continuing ed, the clear aligner growth program, all of that is you no longer have to worry about retraining people. Does it replace the need to practice? No, nothing does. So practice makes perfect. But it replaces the, oh my God, I've got to say the same thing over again 50,000 times. All right, we've done that for you, and this platform gives you the ability to build out your organization via a series of videos. All you have to do is shoot it with your iPhone, turn it sideways, load it straight in here from your iPhone, from your smartphone, whatever it may be, any internet connected device, iPad, etc. Put it right in here, and you get to have the perfect blend of your stuff and our stuff. And then you automate the training with your people. Once it's built out, does it take some time? Of course it takes some time, but anything worth it does. Anything easy is not worth the time. So all of that stuff goes into automating your business. Now, one more is your digital office manual. All right, if you have an office manual that sits on the shelf somewhere, it's kind of 10, 15, 20 years ago. All right, there's a better way of doing things. And this is a living, breathing office manual that allows you to add your own stuff, but it also comes pre-populated with a lot of stuff as well. General expectations is an example. Absenteeism, when you click that, all of this in here is already pre-embedded for you, all right? This also allows you the ability, if you just click this edit button right here, it's gonna open up the edit feature, and you can delete all of this out, you can cut and paste your own. What I love about this, and if you really wanna go the Starbucks route, everything they do is in video. So you put the manager in front of an iPhone, you say, tell us what the absentee policy is, and you load it straight in. So now this page is a video. Now what's really cool about this also is that over here, you can invite employees to either see it or not see it. So this digital office manual, let's say you want to just have a management folder within your digital office manual. Well, you just invite the doctors and the office manager as an example. Don't invite other people. And that particular chapter or folder of your office manual will be invisible to everybody. Very simple. Like I said, you could put in files right here, audio files or video on your absentee policy. Now the other piece that I really enjoy, and this is why this I believe is so powerful among other reasons, is it helps automate so many things that practices a lot of times just don't have functioning at the highest levels. HR is one of those things. You have to remember that your training and your human resources have to function in harmony with itself. If they don't function as one, you don't have either. That is something that very famous entrepreneurs talk about all over the country. It's also some of the most successful businesses like a Starbucks, a Walt Disney, a Ritz-Carlton are able to scale well without losing necessarily the quality. And my example that I'm talking about right here is this mark as read button. Instead of an employee reading your whole binder and signing off, that's not going to hold up in HR court, okay? This will though. So you're on the absentee policy and you can see this button over here is red, okay? Watch what happens when I click this mark as read button when I'm logged in as an employee. It goes to topic red, and now this button turns green. So these become like a bookmarker for the employees and for management on what they've read and what they haven't. Now the beauty and the magic happens when this button is clicked, mark as read. What just happened is that there's documentation automatically put into my digital HR folder, which we will get to here momentarily because I'm going to go right down this list in order. There's now documentation that says, hey, look, Brian Wright read the absentee policy and agrees to follow it. All of that is happening automatically. You go down to parking and automobiles. You click mark as red. Comes topic red. This now turns green. All right. Now all these have to go green. And when that happens, this general expectation button will turn to green as well. All right. So a lot of this stuff does the automation for you because you're not realistically going to have somebody read your absentee policy and then sign off on it and then read this and sign off on it. It's just not realistic. So a lot of this work is being done for you. Now all over here, if you want to add things, you can. So let's add a chapter just like we did over there. And maybe that chapter is patient experience, expectations on how to treat people. It can be anything. This one you could house, clinical protocols. You get the point. It can be anything. All right. So we're just going to title this test and we're going to hit save. All right. What that does now is over here, you see it's in here. All right, so we're going to click test. Now we're going to add a section. Let's add a section. We'll do test 1. We're going to hit save. And then over here, we're going to add a topic. And that'll be test 2. Let's type in some fake content here. And we're going to hit save. Okay, once that's done, you can see these buttons are all red now. All right, you have your new chapter, which you can title it anything you want. You've got your content in here, which you can do videos, anything you want. And then you've got your mark as red. So I click that and you can see, because there's only one here, when I click topic red, all of these 3 turn green because there's only one thing to read. So now we're looking at 3 green buttons. Great for the employees because again, it lets them know, okay, I'm finished reading this section. I've clicked mark as red on all the pages, okay? Now, very editable, like I said, very private if you want it to be, or you can publish it to the entire organization. Very easy to add these things. Remember, the chapter is these. So you see these 4 right here, those are chapters, all right? Section goes underneath the chapter, and then topic goes underneath the section. All right, now let's go to this and delete it. So you would go to Office Manual, this button here, it'll pull up all of them, and let's delete the test that we just did. Confirm. All right, now it's out of there. All right, so there are your 4 categories inside the Resource Center. Very powerful because, again, they all work together. You know, the continuing ed and the curriculum even have test questions. So one of the things, if you go back over to the receptionist certification course as an example, let's find one that has test questions. Now, this is one because I'm using the admin feature, but this would be a test that the employees would see after taking the video. Right? They don't all have them, but some of them do. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. This is a shorter one. And some of them don't have test questions, but a lot of them do. And the employee, when they're in here logged in as themselves, they would see a button that says, take the test, basically. They would have multiple choice test questions that they would complete. And then that would document automatically into their human resources folder what tests they took, when they took them, and the score they received on them. So a great way to bonus employees is based off how well they're doing on the tests. So if you go down to 5-star customer service, you can see these tests have already been taken. Scroll all the way down. That's a little bit longer test. All right. So again, a lot of these tests, very important because this helps you identify the people that are telling you they're watching videos when they're really not. Now also role play and practice and our mystery calls and things like that, of course, help tell the truth as well. But again, this is for the employee's benefit, but it's also an accountability tool to give management complete oversight of their business without having to work hard to get it. All right, now let's go over to human resources here. And let's look at the suite of tools. So if you're using the clock in feature that I'm going to talk about last on the home page, this is a great feature to use the clock in because I've seen it with clients time and time again. The ones who use it outproduce the ones who don't. Here's the reason why. One, it's more convenient. You can clock in via any internet accessible device, but only from the IP address of your office. So, Susie, make-believe name, can't pull shenanigans when she's driving down the street 20 minutes late. She's got to be picked up from the IP address. The biggest one, though, is that it forces your employees into where you house all of your training, your tasks, your employee checklist, your EPI scoreboard, the other things that I'm going to get into at least 4 times a day. They've got to clock in and out from it. They've got to break in and out from it. And that gets them in to where if they have a message waiting, a task waiting, whatever it might be, it gets them into the habit of being into this thing. And it's exactly how Ritz-Carlton, Starbucks, etc. do it. Again, the finest institutions, how do they run their business? How do they put growth on autopilot? How do they maximize employee performance? It's all embedded in here. It's why we created this thing. All right, so let's go into employees. All right, and looks like we've got a couple here. Let's click on my name and let's go into the suite of tools that we have. The idea here is basically to function like a virtual human resources manager. All right, and again, you don't have to use this. We suggest that you use it. All right, so all of this again starts with uploading your HR forms. So for me, any documents that you have for me that I've signed off on, any of my W-2 stuff, maybe I'm a 1099 for your practice, whatever I do for your practice, this is where you would upload all of those into my digital HR folder, and it's there for life, all right? You don't have to worry about paperwork. You can toss it in the trash. You can always get it back out of here if needed because there's this print button down here. There's also USB files you can pop in. So you can draw this stuff back out if needed, but there's no need to ever have to have paperwork again, sticky notes, a binder being signed, etc. It's all right here. Now, if we keep on going, this section is if you are tracking hours in here with using the clock in feature. They can request paid time off. What I like about this is you make your employees do it. If they want paid time off, vacation time, whatever it might be, have them request it through the HR section. Have them request it to you. Over here, reviews. Employee reviews, it's funny because one of the best ways to grow a company is HR, but you never get people reach out and go, hey, new patient group, we're really looking to grow. We're looking for help on how to improve HR. You don't get that very often. Even though HR done right will grow you far more than any outside advertising is capable of. These are the tools, though, that you have to have in order to function in HR at high levels. One of those is doing proper employee reviews at least once a year. Even better, it would be quarterly or every 6 months. Now, we've made it easy, all right? Up here, it's all done for you. This is a pre-template done by HR lawyers, and all you have to do is click buttons and give a description. Click buttons, give a description. Planning an organization, maybe it's outstanding. You give some examples. And I'm going to teach you a very easy way on how to give these examples here in a little bit. It is your job from a leadership standpoint to give employees clear direction on your expectations. This is how you do it, all right? Communication. You get the point. Just on down the list, we've done that for you. You hit sign and send. It sends it to them for review. They digitally sign it as well, stores in their HR folder forever. While we're here, you can see this history down here. I'm going to scroll, all right? Every single keystroke that employees make in this platform is recorded in their history. Everything. You know what page they've been on. You know when they've logged in. You know everything. It's all tracked down here. I wanted to get to that while we were down at the bottom there. Now, let's keep going. Write-ups. You have to write up an employee. How do you do it? Are you doing it properly? Well, here's where you can't go wrong, all right? Maybe it's carelessness. Maybe it's a carelessness and attendance. You have the buttons to check. You have the note sections. And all you do is follow this template. Easy as can be. Sign and send. You're good to go. Down here, let's go to warnings. Maybe you need to warn somebody. Maybe this is their final warning for absenteeism, tardiness, violation of safety rules. You get the point. All done for you. Sign and send, again, easy as can be, helping you run an actual human resources department without having to work that hard to do it. Between the automatic documentation that this platform does, as well as the test questions documenting into the HR folders when they've completed, and all those other tools that this platform has, it allows you a real HR division without having to work hard or hiring a bunch of people to actually do it. Clock-in settings. If you're using the clock-in feature, very simple. What if you just type in the time they're supposed to clock in every single day? If you have a multi-location, we can work with you. Maybe your times are different that they have to clock in, so we can work with you on how to do that. Then over here is for what I call, if you have a person that's just a habitual late shower and it's time that you're going to let them go. Over here's where you catch them, okay? So allowed minutes. Let's say over here, I'm supposed to clock in at 8 a.m. All right, you just type 8 a.m. It's that simple. Like I said, this is very user-friendly. Over here, let's say I put 5, all right? What's going to happen is that the second I clock in more than 5 minutes late, automatic documentation is going to be stored in my HR folder that I was late to work on such and such date. All right. The more of that documentation you can have, the better it's going to be. And in addition, employees knowing that you have all of this stuff lessens the chance that they're going to file unemployment claims anyway. Again, this is not about getting people fired. It's not necessarily about catching people. It's not what it's about. It's having all aspects of your business in a timely, orderly fashion that helps you automate the things a lot of clinicians are not famous for wanting to do. And HR is one of those things, okay? Now, employee permissions. Over here is where you can control everything throughout this platform on individual employees and what they can and cannot see, what they can and cannot edit, and human resources, task management, all of this stuff allows you to just click a button, submit, and you're good. And it's that easy. There's a document that we send our clients that tells them what each one of these is. So when you have that, you know which ones to click and which ones not. Very simple. All right. See, just with these clicks of the button, so easy. Now this next one is where the test grades are stored. So if I take a test and it grades it, this is where it's stored. As an example, let me pull you over to another HR folder. You can see curriculum test grades. All right, on 3/26/2018, I took the step 1 to the greeting of the new patient experience and the new patient phone call, scored a 67. On 8/30, I scored a 0 on step 6, the education confirmation. On 4/16/2019, I took lesson 2, mistakes to avoid, on 5-star customer service and scored 100. Great way to bonus your employees. All right, it's also a great way to know the weaknesses of your employees inside your organization. This is a type practice that these two right here, they would have me rewatch the video and make sure during their operational success meeting that I role played this properly the following week. It's not rocket science. It's just committing to this and utilizing these automated tools to gain visibility of your operation without you working hard. It's very simple to log in here and click on employee and look at their test grades. Very simple. I'm going to show you some other things that you do moving forward to make sure that they actually improve. Now, add note to file. This is one of my favorite features. And you click this and you enter the good and the bad. You know, Nancy, make-believe name, she was so great today. Really helped Timmy. She's helped building a better culture. I'm so proud of her for continually getting better. She's really closing cases at high levels, whatever it may be, right? Or it could be, you know, Timmy showed up late again. And, you know, he seems aggravated in front of patients. He's causing a stir, a ruckus with employees. Whatever it may be, you get the point. But this is how you utilize and have great employee reviews, is you go back to the note to files throughout the year or the past 6 months or the past quarter, and you use this to provide the feedback. So simple. The difficult part is just making the notes, and the notes are so easy. It's just a matter of having this open. When something good happens, you do it. When something not so good happens, you add it in as well. And you can just use the app that we have for this platform. You can do it straight from your phone, easy as can be. Back to the PTO, this is some more accounting stuff if you utilize the clock-in feature. If you choose to utilize the clock-in feature, we'll give you a webinar specific on how to do all of this. We get feedback almost all the time that it's easier than what they're currently using. So if you want to use that clock-in feature, just message us and we will ensure to give you the training to make sure that is all streamlined when you make the switch. So that is the HR section. It ties in with your training because it documents your digital office manual, it documents the test grades, and it gives you that real HR department that's so important because there's never been a time in history where running a business is more important at a practice. Message center. All right, this is great. Love this. All right, the chat messenger is an example. Let's go in here and do a chat message. And let's do this here. Let's create one. So what this is basically an ongoing thread related to a specific topic. If you have communication breakdown in your office, this will help correct it in a very short amount of time. The way this works is, let's go ahead and click a group name. Maybe this could be supply ordering. And you guys get the point. It can be any. You can choose all the people by just selecting all and create group. Now you could choose by department or individual employee if you wanted. Now the cool thing about the supply ordering here is that now everything related to supply ordering, invoices, whatever it might be, you just keep in the topic. All right, so supply ordering, we need to order more gloves. We need to order more X, Y, and Z. Whatever it might be, you type the message. All right, you can even upload an attachment right there. Now, if you click this SMS button and hit enter, this message will actually be texted out to everybody that's included in this forum. It's a great way to organize your thoughts because instead of you searching around for all kinds of messages and emails are not efficient. This is a great way to instantly find it. Oh gosh, what was that thing about supply ordering? You go right to supply ordering, you scroll through, and you find what you're looking for. And again, it can be countless. For new patient group, we use this, and we have, I think, like 50 different ones going on. But it is so much easier because if your mind is on a topic and finding it, you go right to that topic to find it. Very simple. You delete it out by hitting that trash can, clicking yes, and then it's gone. You can see how responsive and quick this platform is as well. Doesn't take a lot of time to use it. Now, if you go back to the message center here, you can use this message center right here as a email. So if you want to send an email to, let's see here, Brian Wright and Brittany Franklin, we'll do this and we'll say, hi there. Type your message, hit browse file, upload an image, exactly like email. We suggest that internal email is not used for companies. That's a time efficiency strategy of billionaires that we use. We don't believe it's needed, and it just keeps any email that you get, you instantly know it's from an outside party. This right here is your communication for your entire organization. Keeps it streamlined, and just like everything else, it keeps everything about your business in one simple place. And that is being time efficient. That is being maximizing your time management, your organization, your autopilotness, for lack of a better word, putting everything on autopilot into one spot. Now the task manager, love this, all right? Couple things that we use a lot right here is the task manager. Now what this will allow you to do is simply what it says. It allows you to assign tasks and then see if they've been completed. So let's do this. We're gonna assign this to Brian Wright, but we also wanna give Bree Daniels here, we want to give you visibility of this. Now, it's not assigned to you. It's assigned to me. I'm the one that has to accomplish it, but you want to have oversight of when it's accomplished. We're going to put that. Now, let's do a due date of Friday the 7th. Status is a one-time. And let's title this Order Supplies. We are running low on gloves. Please order. Okay, and you're going to hit assign task. Okay, that's going to pop up. All right, you see that. Now down here, you can see, let's say there was 50 tasks here and you just wanted to see your own. Well, it's pretty easy. You're just going to click your name and that's all you would see. Now what's really cool over here is your status. All right, your status is now in process. So the person who assigned this to you is going to have visibility of, okay, this was received and it's being worked on. That's all they have to do. It's that digital communication, streamline the processes. Over here, when it's done, you are just going to simply click mark as complete right here. All right, now you can add notes to this. You can do other things. If you click this button, this box right here, it'll allow you to edit and add a note to it. Maybe the note was, hey, look, I called the place that we get gloves from. They're all out. We can't order them for 2 weeks. You would just add that note to the task. All right, pretty simple. Over here, though, when it's done, you're going to click mark as complete. Now, also, again, accountability. Let's say this was assigned to me to be done by Friday, and I didn't get it done by Friday. I clocked out, I went home. What this will do is automatically document in my human resource folder that Brian Wright did not complete this task as assigned. Again, doing the documentation you must have in order to have an actual legitimate human resources department. This is also from our time efficiency strategies of billionaires. My employees at New Patient Group, we all are required to assign and use this for any tasks, no matter how small or large or in between, for everything we want done. It is a protocol across the board. Employees do not do anything that's not assigned to them in this task. Why? It gives management visibility of what's going on. It gives management visibility of who's doing what and when they're doing it without having to look that hard. Again, oversight of your business. But it also organizes in a streamlined, efficient way time management and efficiency for all your employees. This is a time management skill of billionaires. They all have a task feature. They all use it for themselves and their employees. It's very simple. The difficult part is just changing the behavioral patterns of not using it. All right, you've got to get in the habit of using this to assign tasks. And don't make the mistake, oh, we're a small practice, we only have a few people. Don't make that mistake. The argument could be made, the smaller you are, the more efficient you must be with your time. So therefore, things like this almost arguably become more important for different reasons than it would be for a large organization. So it's created for both. It's created to help people who want to scale, that's a large organization, better define their processes, get the most out of their employees, etc. But because we're living in a time where it's never been more important to run a practice like a high-level business, because the business is defeating the best business is defeating the best practice. The best CEO is defeating the better clinician now. It's unfortunate, but it's the way of the world, and it's only going to get and continue to be worse in the future. The smaller practice, you must have the tools, and you must be taught how to function like a bigger one. You got to maximize your time. So this is great for both sides practice, no matter where you are in your journey is regarding your practice. This is great for different reasons. All right, now over here, when I click mark is complete, it's going to ask me to confirm. And done. All right, marks it off. Other person that assigned it's notified, and you're good to go. You don't have to pick up the phone, don't have to talk. It's just boom. It's a streamlined procedure. Again, though, tying into human resources, because when I click that complete, that also documents in my HR that I did do it on time. Because all of those things go into giving me good reviews. Hey, Brian, we're looking at some things. Good job on the task this past 3 months or past 6 months. You're on time for everything. You're really knocking it out of the park. We were just looking at our add note to file. You've done multiple things the past 6 months to help build a better culture. Or it could be the other way around. Look, Brian, we got to get better here. All right. And this is why HR is so great at growing a business. Because when you use it properly, you get so much more out of your people. And when you get more out of your people, you convert more. And when you convert more, you make more money. So a good thing. So it could be, Brian, looking over here, look, there's multiple tasks that were assigned to you the past 3 months. You haven't done them. I don't know why that is, but moving forward, you need to have them done. You need to use this platform, and this is our way of life. And also looking at note to files, multiple times you've showed up late, you haven't clocked in, you've said some kind of nasty things to employees, but you guys get the point. All of this is intertwining with itself, and that's why it works so well. Now, the other part in this task management I just love, I always ask people, would you hop on a commercial airline if the pilots just were able to do random checklists however they wanted to do it, or it wasn't documented with each button or keystroke they made during their checklist process? And pilots have pre-taxi checklists, pre-takeoff checklists. They have so many checklists throughout the flight, and it's one of many reasons airline safety is so fantastic. They are so organized and good at what they do. Well, we designed an employee checklist feature that's digital. You guys know out there, the sticky notes, the you're supposed to be doing, the did it get done, I'm not sure, all of these things. And really the difference between these two is a task manager is really designed more for a one-time task at a specific person. Employee checklists are more designed as an ongoing repeatable task designed more to a department, where you assign certain people to actually click the checklist was done. As an example, clean the sterilization room. That may be a PM checklist for you. All right, but there may not be one person that's responsible for cleaning it. It may be multiple people, all right? So that way one person is responsible for checking off that it was done, just like the pilots, all right? You may be going through a checklist. Both pilots are involved in it, and one pilot is going to mark off, take off checklist, complete, no different. That also allows to where if that one person happens to be sick that day, another person can step in and actually check it off. It's very easy. You have a calendar, again, easy oversight. So any day that you see that's white means that at least one checklist was not marked as complete. Without you even having to do anything, just random checks. If it's white, it's not good. Just like when we see the stats here in a little bit, you want these days to turn green. All right, so if it's white, it means you haven't gotten to that day yet, or you were off that day, or at least one checklist was not complete. Now what this does, it allows you a digital checklist that can be reassigned every single day. You can see this particular practice has opening task clinical, end of day task clinical, midday task front office. Now you can see the list type as well. We have AM, PM, or midday checklists. So all of these things allow employees to just simply, it'll reassign to them every single day. They simply click marked as complete, and it's very, very easy. Assign a location. If you're a multi-location, we can select when we build out your platform, maybe the checklist, you want opening task clinical, and you want it for every one of your locations. That's where we add this. Pretty simple, okay? So a digital employee checklist that makes it organized, efficient, easy to use. Now the statistics. This is where our popular employee performance scoreboard is kept. All right, our employee performance indicators is one of the most popular things we do, and I highly suggest doing it if you're a practice listening out there. It is something that so transforms organization by giving them the visibility they otherwise don't have. So I'm going to give you an example in one of our clients' practices. So when this opens up, you can see, if we go back to May, that any day that you see that's green, that's a good thing. That's that instant visibility without working hard. I wonder if the stats are being entered in. Let's click stats. If you see it green, good. They were all entered for that day. Any day that you see as white, either you weren't open that day, we haven't reached that day of the calendar month, or at least one statistic was not entered, which is where you click the button, you open it up, you see who that was, and you send them a message and say, hey, I noticed on the 22nd and 23rd this month you didn't enter your stats. And that's all you do. Employees must know that management has oversight of everything at the business. You must inspect it in order for employees to respect it. And when they know you're inspecting things, you cannot believe the performance increase that will occur. All right, this is another example, again, of giving you that instant visibility. Now, let's go into a couple things here. I want to go into the dashboard and show you kind of what happens in the oversight that you're going to be able to gain of your business. Once you click that, it'll spin for a second while it's thinking. Click this hamburger looking menu and it'll expand it out. Now let's go down here and let's see what kind of visibility this person has. This particular employee, this is year to date, Zoe Howard. She has taken 74 new patient calls and she's scheduled 62 of them, all right? So she has an 83.78% conversion. We like to see with our clients above 95%. So this is a practice we know we can improve. But the point being here is, and why this type stuff is able to produce a larger return on investment than anything else outside advertising is capable of doing, is everything we're talking about right now is internal marketing. It all is occurring inside your practice and has a direct or indirect reflection on how people view you, your employees, and or your business. This particular employee, it doesn't mean that you're going to go fire her. That's not the point, but I'm going to walk you through what this process looks like. She has received 74 calls, like I said, scheduled 62. She's dropped 12 new patients for the year, which could equate to 60,000 plus in production. It's not a criticism tool, but it's visibility that you don't have now. And it's so very important because now Zoe, her goal for her when you do the employee review is to get her new patient telephone call conversion to 90%, all right, from 83. And that 7% increase is going to organically grow your company more than outside advertising is going to do. Now, if you go and do outside advertising, you will have the comfort of knowing your return on investment for whatever you choose to do is going to be higher than it otherwise would because you have a highly trained team that's held accountable for following it and giving you the oversight of your organization that you need to have. All right, you go down here, ortho start analysis. This particular client's an orthodontist. She can instantly see, all right, her teen starts, her adult starts. Down here, braces, things like that. New patient analysis, how many new patients they have, how many did they scan, and that's a big thing with this particular practice that we've been working on is itero scanning more of the new patients. This is an EPI stat because you can hold people accountable to it and you can train to it on how to get faster with the scan, when to do it, things like that. So this practice went from not doing any and now they're up to 45, all right, which is pretty darn good from 0 the last time we checked. And that's how you know if it's getting better or worse. All of these numbers, cash flow conversion, existing patient analysis, treatment acceptance analysis based on who's presenting money, all of this stuff is so critically important for you to have a successful organization that maximizes lost opportunities. But this visibility is where it comes in. Now, if you look at, as an example, a person that has a 80% conversion rate on the phones, and your goal is to get them more. Let's say that was me. You're going to give me visibility in a due date for Friday. Status is 1 time. You can come in here and say receptionist course, and you can say, look, I want you to watch the entire course before our next meeting, as we are going to role play multiple things in the course, okay? And you would hit assign task. It's literally that easy. Now, when I go and I clock in the next morning, I'm gonna see that I have a task awaiting, and it's that simple, streamlined. I know that I gotta watch that course before our next weekly meeting, and it's so simple. The difficult part is getting it all organized, right? But you can see when you're using our training content designed to help carry it out at high levels, all right? Easy to use, as you can see, and we can go back to the home page. Just click your name in the upper right-hand corner to go back to the home page. And you have a company calendar here, and this company calendar works just like this. I love using this for everything internal for your organization. You add an event, and that event could be, maybe you're out there and you're using our coaching program, MP coaching, coach visits practice, start date. You get the point. You hit add event, and now you've got your own company calendar built into this. Again, another reason why you want everybody tied into this thing. Now, the way the employees enter this is very easy. Let's just take a date. Let's click on it. And all of this stuff right here is the stuff that's being entered daily. Looks like a lot, but it's really not. And here's the reason why. All the employees are going to do is select their name, and whatever they're responsible for, you see it's very easy. It's not a lot. Broken brackets is an EPI. It's a great one to track with braces. Just fantastic. Practice promotion encounters. A lot of these things are just fantastic to get visibility on, and that's why if your focus is in the right spot, your numbers are going to increase far more than if your focus was actually on the lag measures or things like production collections. And all of these EPIs are what people should be bonused on. So every day, people are just coming in here, they're entering in their numbers that they're manually tracking, hitting update. Our team codes it. We do all the work for you. We also teach you how to do it if you want to do it. And then that's where this help button comes into play. Anytime you have any issues with the platform, any questions, suggestions, whatever it might be, just tell us your name, put in your email address, how we can help you, tell us what practice you're from, add an attachment, maybe it's a screenshot or something, hit send. That's going to go right to a desk if they're 24/7 you're helping people. And it's all you have to do. Very simple. So this whole EPI statistics dashboard is very simple to give you oversight of your organization that you might not have today. This homepage video allows you to upload a video to communicate with your team. We use this as tips of the week. We use this with our on-site coaching program or webinar coaching program. Sometimes the coach will check in with the practice, things like that. But it's a virtual way to communicate. The clock-in feature is so very simple. You clock in, and you can see down here, I'm on management, so you can see everybody right here. It shows that I'm working. Everybody else is clocked out because this practice uses this clock-in feature. Up here, I'm going to break. So I'm going to lunch as an example. Okay? You can see that it says I'm on break. You can see how quick and smooth this thing is. Then go back to end break. All right? Now it says I'm working again. And again, if I'm the employee, all I'm going to see is me. All right? Admin features, the doctor, the office manager, you're going to get to see everybody's status in this blue box right here. Now, let's clock out. And I'm done for the day. All right? Clocks me out right then, and we're good to go. And that, guys, is a high-level overview of our practice virtual platform. It's a very popular platform, and I really want you to use all aspects of it. But again, what we are charging for is the fact we have so much fabulous content that is in there, stored there for you, ready to go, and doing a lot of the hard work that you otherwise don't have to do. We have all the training built out. But again, it does give you the ability to add your own. And then all these other really neat solutions bring it all together. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, give us a shout. Talk to you soon.